What's good, YouTube? It's a quest of Earth and Prophecy, and today we're going to be reacting to the Week 1 NFL matchups. Now, obviously, I don't know if they're at home. I don't know if they're away. Some of them are away. Some of them at home. Um, so I obviously wrote down, because I do a lot of stuff on pen, on paper. I don't necessarily you know, do it by, computer or whatnot. So anyways, week 1 NFL matchups. Where's my pen? Where's my pen? Where's my pen? Okay, I said my marker. All right, so obviously, so week 1 is gonna kick off the Cowboys, as you can see. Um, you know what I'm saying? So you got the Cowboys. You got the Cowboys versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You got the Steelers at the Bills, the Vikings at the Bengals. You got the Jaguars at the Texans. You got the Cardinals at Titans. You got the Broncos at KC. You got Packers at the Saints. You got the Bears at LA Rams. That's a Sunday night football game. You got the Eagles at Falcons. You got the Jets versus the Panthers. You got the 49ers versus the Lions. You got the Seahawks versus the Colts. You got the Dolphins versus the Patriots. You got the Denver Broncos taking on my New York Giants. And a Monday night game, you got the Ravens taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. So, all right, so let's start off with the banger, and we're going to look at the Cowboys at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Super Bowl champions, and I'm going to give the Cowboys a W. I think most of the time, Super Bowl champions, when they start off the season, they don't necessarily start off the season very well in recent memory. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember when what was it, 2011, when we was trying to repeat, we lost week 1 against the Lions on Monday Night Football. So we don't necessarily tend Super Bowl champions don't necessarily start off on the right foot come week 1. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, going to the Bills and Steelers. This is going to be a good game, but I'm going to give the W to the Bills. I think the Bills with that defense, Ben Roethlisberger is past his prime. He's not the Ben Roethlisberger of old anymore. So I think the Steelers should have went quarterback, but who knows? In the draft. Next we got the Vikings and the Bengals. Let's see. That's a no-brainer there. I'm going with the Vikings. I think the Vikings defense is just too much, and the Bengals are just, the Bengals are just finding their footing, if you want to call it that. Okay. We got the Jags and the Titans. There's no brainer there. I think the Titans is gonna. I think the Texans is gonna win. Even though the Texans did bad last year, I think the Jaguars is just, you know, in that, realm of, trying to figure out, who's going to be our starting quarterback, this and that, and the third, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, the whole thing with Tim Tebow. So I think it's going to be a distraction. The Cardinals and the Titans. Now, this game is probably going to be more difficult because they're both tremendous upper-rising teams. But if I had to put a W on each team, I think I'm going to give it to the Titans because they got, Derrick Henry, and they still got, Ryan Tannehill in that, offense. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. The next game is OKC. I said OKC. Wow. I'm thinking basketball. Kansas City Chiefs versus the Browns. The Browns at KC. I think the Chiefs are going to struggle this year. I really do. I'm going to give the Browns. I'm going to have three upsets. I'm gonna write it right here. I'm going to have three up. Hold on, upsets. Because you have to have three upsets in football. I mean, what's upsets without, upsets? So I'm going to give it upset to the Browns, and I'm going to say the Browns is going to win week one. Uh, is going to win against KC. So I'm down to two upsets. The Packers and the Saints. This is another upset. I'm going to give it to the Saints, and I'm down to one upset. I'm going to give it to the Saints. I think the Saints, even though without Drew Brees, I think they'll do fine. A lot of people losing their minds just because Drew Brees retired. He had a great year, great career, and it was time to hang it up. So, yeah. But whoever's quarterbacking, I think, James Winston is going to do fine. I think Sean Payton's going to coach him up very well. That's what he had. That's what he lacked in Tampa Bay. He didn't have the right coaching staffs. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Bears and the LA Rams on the Sunday Night Football. Give me the Rams on this one. No upset. Just give me the Rams. I think the Rams with their defense and offense is just too much for the Bears, and I don't know who the starting quarterback is gonna be for Week One. So yeah. The NFC East is probably going to be the most difficult one because you got the Eagles at the Falcons, you got the Giants. Well, you got the Denver at the Giants, and then you got I forgot the Washington football team. Hold on, let me just add because I know who they face. Washington football team taking on the Los Angeles Chargers. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one team. I mean, that's the one game I forgot to put in there, so I just put it in there. All right, so we got the Eagles and the Falcons. Oh man, I'm gonna give it to the Falcons. I think the Falcons is gonna start off in the right foot with the offense that they got with Pitts and and Julio Jones and Matt Ryan. I don't see them. I don't see them losing at home, even if they do play at home. All right, so we got the Jets and the Panthers. I'm gonna give this to the Jets. I think the Jets are gonna get their first win of the season. I think the Jets did a very good job in the draft. To be honest with you, a lot of people think that they did bad, but as a Giants fan, I think they did pretty good. They did better than us, I'll say. Um, so we got the 49ers and the Lions. I'm gonna give this to let me see. They still have that defense intact, even though they lost one key player. I'm going to give it to the 49ers. I think the 49ers is going to scratch out a win there. We got the Seahawks and the Colts. I'm going to give this to the Colts. I don't like Seahawks, to be honest with you. So I'm just going to give this to the Colts. We got the Dolphins and the Patriots. I'm going to give this to the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins is trending upward. So yeah, the Patriots are just in la la land right now. It's sad. And then we come to the game of the week, 425, Denver at the New York Giants. Now, obviously, the Giants don't necessarily do well when it comes to week one. We struggle so darn much every time we start off the season. The last four games, um, we lost to the Cowboys week one. Okay, we lost to the Jaguars. We lost to the Steelers. Now we're facing the Denver. So we are all time starting. Well, not all time. Well, you could say all time, but all time home openers. We are four. No, we are 5-15. So that means that we not technically good at starting the season off. Sometimes, okay, but not all the time. So I'm gonna give this to the Denver Broncos. I think with that defense picking up Patrick Surtain from Alabama, you still got Von Miller. I still believe that Aaron Rodgers is gonna end up a Bronco because there's no way he's gonna survive another year with the pay, with the with the Packers. Just let it go. You know what I'm saying? You had a good run there. If the front office don't want to, I mean, I'm not saying that the front office didn't give him weapons, but it's just one of those situations. I think that he'll flourish elsewhere. I think he'll flourish better elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? So if I was Aaron Rodgers, I'll just pack up my crap and go. You know what I'm saying? Just like how the Colts treated Peyton Manning. What the hell you think Peyton Manning did? You know, Peyton Manning left. So I'm gonna give an upset to the Broncos. So that's one. Um, that's that's two. And what else? Who else did I give an upset to? That's one. Oh yeah, that's one, two, and then three. So I gave three upsets. I gave one to the Broncos, I gave one to the Saints, and I gave one to the Browns. So those are my upsets. So yeah, so next we got Monday Night Football. We got the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Ravens. Um, that's a no-brainer there. I'm gonna give it to the Ravens. Um, so yeah, even though never mind. So I'm just gonna give it to the Ravens. I think the Ravens with their offense is just gonna be too much for the Oakland Raiders. So yeah, and then the last but not least, we got the Washington football team taking on the Los Angeles Chargers. Again, no brainer there. I'm gonna give it to the Washington football team. So the winners are let me recap. The winners are I got the Cowboys, I got the Bills, I got the Vikings, Titans, Texans. I got the Titans. I got the Browns. I got the Saints. I got the LA Rams. I got the Falcons. I got the Jets. I got the 49ers. I got the Colts. I got the Dolphins, Broncos, Ravens, and Washington football team. Like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, take care of yourself.